guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate, or I go by AlwaysMoreSims here on YouTube, and today we're doing another speed build. So this house is for my eldest son in my Sims 3 Feig challenge. This is going to be William and his wife Kate and their kids. This is going to be their house. So also, I'm not building this, so I normally build in in an empty world where I have like pretty much free well, there's a certain word I'm looking for, but I basically have the ability to use any size lot that I want. But I actually decided to build this house in Sunset Valley, which is where I'm where the save is. So it is a 3-bedroom 3-bath house. There is a really cramped nursery. There is an office, and there is a laundry room. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else super important about the house, but I'm not thinking of it. So if you choose to download this house, which the link to download it will be down in the description, the house will be called Oak Grove Court. Which is what I originally called it. So that is what the house is called, technically. But I have decided to just call it Oak Grove. I feel like Oak Grove Court is a bit much. So it's just called Oak Grove. And the reason it's called Oak Grove, that's the road it's built on, in Sunset Valley. That is literally just what the street is called. It's called Oak Grove. And so I'm like, I didn't know what else to call it. So I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Yes, now, if you don't watch my Feig challenge and you're like, wait, your Sims names are William and Kate, is that a coincidence? It is not. So the Feig challenge, every generation is based off a different genre, and that's what Feig stands for every generation there's a genre. Well, the first generation was based off of children's books. So my Sims mom, her name was Kita. I was just like, oh, it's kids, but with an A instead of an S. Kita, her whole generation, she was only allowed to read children's books, and she was very, playful and goofy and silly, and she had the childish trait, and, that was just her whole generation. We lived in Aurora Skies because the houses looked like they were built out of Legos. That is my reason for, playing in Aurora Skies. And now that I think about it, they also look like the little houses from Monopoly, which is a game. So I thought it was very fitting that Kita would want to live in a world like Aurora Skies. Now Kita had 2 kids. She had her son Harry and her daughter Diana. So Harry was named after Harry Potter. The books I read as a child, I don't really remember the books I was reading, basically 2nd grade and before. My favorite picture book growing up as a kid was a Dora picture book, and so if Harry had been born a girl, he would have been named Dora, and it would have been Dora and Diana, but Harry was born a boy. And so I remember one of the first book series I remember reading was Harry Potter, and so he was named Harry. And I am a firm believer, and I know that this is the less popular opinion, but I am a firm believer that Harry and Hermione should have been together. Now I don't really remember. Now, I read the Harry Potter books in 2nd grade, okay? I don't remember a majority of them, and it's on my list of things to eventually reread. Now, I know that a lot of people say in the books, Ginny's character was a lot better, and it made a lot more sense for Ginny and Harry to be together, but see, because I only really remember the movies and, very basic info from the books, I feel like Ginny in the movies kind of came out of nowhere. I always felt like there was a lot more chemistry between Emma and Daniel, not really much between Emma and Rupert, and I just felt like it was really awkward between, Hermione and Ron. I didn't feel any chemistry between them, and again, to this day, I still believe that Harry and Hermione should have been together, not Hermione and Ron and Harry and Ginny. So, since this is my save, this is my world, I had it to where Harry married a lovely woman named Hermione, and together they have had 5 kids, which I just took the kids that Harry and Hermione both have in the books, so like Harry and Ginny's kids and Hermione and Ron's kids. I literally just took those kids and like put them all together. So they had James, Albus, Rose, and then Lily and Hugo were twins because in the books they're the same age. So that's what I did, and they had 5 kids. And, like, the whole family moved with us when we moved to Sunset Valley. I brought the entire family. Because our heir, Diana, her generation is biography. She is very much, like, she thought it was ridiculous that her mom's head was always in the clouds. And she was just so childish. And, like, she didn't have any, like, she never considered anything serious, and she was like very difficult to have like serious conversations with. Well, I don't read a lot of biographies, however, like that doesn't mean I don't find biographical things interesting. I am a big fan of Princess Diana. I love watching documentaries on Princess Diana. Huge fan. I think she was treated quite poorly while married to Charles, and like, I just feel like Diana's situation totally unfair. Like, I could go on and on about Princess Diana, but when I was trying to think of like, well, I'm like, I don't read biography novels. I am very much a fantasy, sci-fi, dystopian reader. That's my preferred genre. So I was like, I don't know who the heck I'm going to do this on. I'm like, okay, don't think of it necessarily as a biography genre. Just think of like a non-fiction character, I guess, or person that, you know, you're interested in. And I'm like, oh, well, Princess Diana. So that is why our heir was named Diana. Diana is in the business career. She moved to Sunset Valley because it was quote unquote normal. It wasn't like we weren't living in this world because the houses looked like they were built from Legos. So Diana was striving for something normal. She does not have like any form of a relationship with her parents. She doesn't have much of a relationship with her brother. She doesn't even know, like, Hermione isn't even somebody she knows anymore. Like, Hermione is not in her relationship, like, her relationship category thing. Hermione's not there. Well, her mom's dead now. Kita passed away a while ago. But Pedro has died too. But for the longest time, they were both at, like, the very back of her relationship. She wasn't close with them. Well, Diana married just, like, a random townie. His name was originally Benny, but it's really similar to my brother's name, so I changed it to Denny. It just made it a D instead of a B. And Denny was actually Denny started having an affair with our neighbor, and I was like, oh, we're going to create a Charles and Camilla situation, and that's what I did. So when now I'm pretty sure Charles and Camilla never had kids together, almost 100% sure. However, when Diana got pregnant in the game, like when my sim Diana got pregnant, roughly like a day or two later, Denny got Pauline, which was the lady he was having an affair with. Denny got Pauline pregnant, and Charles was born. Well, then around that time, Diana was kind of having an affair of her own with a man named Warren, and it's, you know, kind of like, and I can't remember the name of the guy that Diana was seeing, but a lot of people question if Prince Harry is actually Charles' son, and that's like I don't know if that's ever been proven. I don't really keep up with them anymore, But I do know at one time that was something a lot of people were questioning, if Harry was Charles's son, or if it was the man that Diana had been seeing, like, because they were pretty sure Diana was having, like, an affair and everything. So that's kind of what I had going on here. Diana risky woohooed with both Warren and Denny in the same day, and she got pregnant from one of those, like, woohoos. However, like, never found out who we could, like, I didn't, like, look into it until the baby was born. So Diana walked in on Denny sleeping with Pauline, and right around the time that Diana got pregnant with baby number 2, Pauline was pregnant again. So Diana and oh my god, that's her dad. Diana and Denny had a son named William, after Prince William, for Diana's son. Denny and Pauline had a boy named Charles, who I named after Charles. He's just Prince Charles still, right? Pretty sure. He was named after Charles, Diana's original husband. Princess Diana's. So, around the time Diana gets pregnant again, so does Pauline. Except we know that Pauline's baby daddy is Denny. So, Diana has the baby. His name is Henry, because that's Prince Harry's biological name, or like full name, or whatever you want to call it. His real name is Henry, but they call him Harry, which I'll sit here and ponder why. That doesn't make any sense to me, because it's the same amount of syllables, it's the same amount of letters. It's not like you're taking, okay, so like William and calling him just Will. No, Henry and Harry are the same amount of letters. It's not making it any shorter. Like, I don't understand why he's called Harry and not Henry. Anyways, Diana had Henry. Turns out he was also Denny's child. However, she has now broken things off with Denny. She is in a full-blown relationship with Warren now. Like, they're committed to each other. Warren raises both boys as his own, though neither of them are super close with him. Like, they get along fine with Warren, but they definitely do not see him as dad. However, they don't talk to Denny. They don't talk to Denny at all. Haven't heard from him. Well, Pauline has a child right around the time that Henry's born, and her name is Camilla. Now, Henry, I named him Henry and not Harry, because one, Diana has a brother named Harry, and if she were closer, like if the challenge rules allowed her to be closer with her brother, I really would have considered calling Henry Harry Jr. instead. As an ode to her brother. But again, she's not close with her brother in the slightest. So I was like, I'm not calling him Harry. That would be weird. So we called him Henry, because again, that was Prince Harry's, like, that's his full name, is Harry. So Diana has 2 kids with Denny, but she's in a relationship now with Warren. They get married. Now we have to have our heir. And her name is Kelsey. She's based off of one of my favorite books of all time, the Tiger's Curse series by Colleen Huck. I'm not sure how you pronounce her last name. Houck, might be Hauk. Not sure. But that is who Kelsey is named after. And each of the kids are following their namesake. So William has married a woman named Kate. They're going to have 3 kids together. George, Charlotte, and I always forget the third one. Philip? I don't think it's Philip. Hold on, I'm looking. What is it? Lewis. Sorry, it was Lewis, not Philip. But, so they're having 3 kids. George, Charlotte, Philip. Not Philip, Lewis. George, Charlotte, Lewis. And then Henry is trying to get with a girl named Megan, and they will have 2 kids, because I did not know that Prince Henry, or I am mixing myself up, so I am sorry if you're confused. I understand if you would be. I'm doing a terrible job explaining everything. But I didn't realize that Prince Harry and Megan that they had a second kid already. I thought they'd only had the one. I didn't know she got pregnant again. But they have 2 children as of now, and I don't think she's pregnant again. But as when Henry and I'm blanking. When Henry and Megan get married, if like IRL, that was cringy. If Prince Henry in real life has not had another child, then my Sims are not going to have 3 children. They're going to stick with the 2 that, as of the moment they get married, they will have, like, I'm not making sense. When my Sims are married, if there's as many children as Prince Henry has, as of right now, as of the moment that my Sims get married, that will be how many kids that those 2 will have. So as of right now, I'm only planning on them having 2 kids. I'm kind of a control freak with my game, and I do control how many kids my Sims have, and normally the genders. Because again, I'm a control freak like that. So the bedrooms in this house are like furnished as such. So there's a loft bed and like a twin size bed underneath it for George and Lewis, and then Charlotte has her own room. Also, that drawing table is totally random. I didn't know what else to put there. I hated how open that space was, and I still don't think the drawing table really solved that, but I didn't know what else to do, so yeah, I like this house. I really do. There are no screenshots at the end because, again, I did build this in Sunset Valley, and when I was building this in-game, it was actually like 10 p.m. It was dark out, and I was impatient and didn't want to wait for morning to go take pictures of the house without my Sims walking around in it. So there are no screenshots of the house. I do apologize for that, but I'm quite proud of how this house turned out. I think it looks quite nice. So I don't really have anything else to say. So I'll just start my end spiel, and then we'll play some Secret Tunnel. I have 3 things linked down in my description. Actually, I'm gonna have 4 things linked down in my description. My gaming channel, my Twitter, and a poll. So my Disney Likes You challenge will be coming to a close within the next few months, and when it does, I need something else to play. So if you guys could choose, that'd be great. That's what the poll's all about, you guys choosing what I play next. So yeah, there's all those things down in the description. If you could check them out, I'd really appreciate it. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy some Secret Tunnel, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye, guys.
Two lovers, forbidden from one another, a war divides their people, and the mountain divides them apart. Build a path to be together. And I forget the next couple of lines, but then it goes, secret tunnel, through the mountain, secret, 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 secret tunnel. Hey, I just remember the next couple lines. 2 lovers, destined for one another, but the war still divides their people. So they build a tunnel through the mountain, and now they compete together forever. Secret tunnel, secret tunnel through the mountain. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Secret tunnel, secret tunnel, tunnel. Secret, secret tunnel, secret tunnel, tunnel. Secret, secret tunnel, secret, secret tunnel. It's a secret, secret tunnel.